So in this video, I want to do a quick review of the Lamy Safari Charcoal Roller Pen. It's a standard Lamy Safari, and I believe this is the color of the year, which is charcoal, or maybe it's just a normal color, but this is the charcoal roller pen. And it's sold in a bunch of different colors. I like this black on black on black. It's, you know, anything you want, they have a color for you. But I thought this was particularly classy. And this is a really standard pen. A lot of people use these Safaris, whether it's the ballpoint, which is the least expensive, the rollerball, or the fountain pen. There's a lot of these floating around. You see them all the time. I've been using this one lately, so I wanted to do a video. They sell for about $20, and there's a lot of fluctuation in the pricing since so many people sell them. But anyway, you'll spend about $20 on it. And what it is, it's a standard capped roller ball that uses a fully plastic design and a Lamy M63 Rollerball Refill. It's a really simple pen, lightweight, nice size, and it's very reminiscent of the other pens in the series. Almost no changes between the Lamy Vista, which is just all clear, the All-Star or the AL Star, which is this with aluminum coated body, and the Lamy LX, which is essentially the All-Star with some nicer trim. As for the pen, it's a reasonable size, but the cap is oversized, which makes it seem on the large size. We'll put it next to a Sharpie. We'll see, it's like maybe a hair larger than the Sharpie, but not really much bigger. Or maybe the Sharpie is a hair bigger, like a millimeter or two. So reasonable size. What it has is that oversized cap, which I think I don't really like. It's just too much. But this clip works really well, even if it is a little bit disproportionate to me. Has some cool features on it. It has this little screw thing on the top that's plastic. Nothing really on the bottom there. Nice click in action. Click in action. It just works really well. It just feels nice. It's a very small little click. Gets the job done. The grip of the pen is that Lamy sort of triangular grip, which I actually really like. I know it's not for everyone. I think it works really well. It's got a slight texture to it, but in practice, there's not much texture to it. So it's not a great pen. If your hands are wet, you're gonna be wearing gloves. It's a little narrow towards the bottom, but you do have those triangular ridges, which will stop your hand from slipping down too far. This is a super minor detail, but it's a really nice line. If you follow the line of this cone here to the end, just a nice line, a good fit, which when you have a manufacturer that makes their own pen body and they're using their own refills, that seems like it should be a no-brainer to me, but not everyone puts that attention to detail in there. Opening and closing the pen or unscrewing it works really well. I think some of that is because there's no metal, it's plastic on plastic, so it'll probably wear over time, but there's no squeaking or anything like that, which is nice. And there's a little O-ring type thing here. I don't think it's actually an O-ring, I think it's just plastic, but it feels or looks like there's an O-ring there. One of the reasons I haven't used this pen much in the past is I didn't like that they used the Lamy M63 Rollerball Refill. And it's not that it's a bad refill, it's just that you can't put what you want in here, so it's a non-standard size. So if you want to go ahead and get your, let's see what's around here. So like a Pentel Energel, which uses like a more or less standard G2 size, you know, just like a Pilot G2, it doesn't quite work. So basically what happens is it's too short. And that's because the M63 is an extraordinarily long refill. See what else is around here. Anyway, there's not much around. But the M63 is a very long refill. So what you can do is you can mod something a little bit. I'll do a separate video and just how you extend one of these a standard rollerball refill to fit. And that's not hard to do, but the fact of the matter is that the Safari uses the M63. M63 is non-standard, and that's annoying. So just to close it out, I like this pen a lot. I think it's a really nice rollerball. I enjoy using it. I find it to be very comfortable. I like the black on black on black. Plus there's a lot of other color options if that's your thing. I think it's a good deal at $15. Maybe it's a little expensive at $20. So shop around. I like the details here, like this cutout here I think is very classy and cool. The Lamy logo with that sort of embossed look, but no different coloring, I think is very cool. I think the cap and clip are just a little bit too big, so they make the pen look a little bit, you know, just a little heavy or just a little off, but not enough to really bother me. So I have been grabbing this pen a fair bit lately, and I really like it in the Safari version. Don't go ahead and get the All-Star or the LX. They moved to the aluminized body, or the aluminum coated body, and it's not as durable as the plastic. The plastic is a much better material. The aluminum will scratch and get pretty messed up as you use it over time, even though you would normally think metal material would be tougher. So yeah, that's the Lamy Safari rollerball. I'll do some comparisons in the future. I've been trying to think through what's a perfect comparison for this, and nothing was obvious for me. Thanks for watching.